A very good morning to all the students of class 6. My name is Prerna and I'm your English teacher. And today from your English book Skyline, we are going to read chapter number 11. So let us start reading it. So here we go. This is chapter number 11 and the name of the chapter is Funny Tricks of Abu Hassan. This plays about a man, Abu Hassan, and his wife, Nuzhat, who lived in Baghdad during the time of the great Caliph, Harun al-Rashid. It was Abu Hassan's habit to invite his friends frequently to his house and entertain them lavishly. All his money was spent this way. The Caliph himself, a lover of fun, got to like him for his gay habits and often helped him with money. But this money too, Abu Hassan squandered and he was always in need. Often there was nothing left in the house for his wife to cook a meal for him. One day, Nuzhat had prepared a poor breakfast and Abu Hassan got very angry with her. Let us read the dialogues of Abu Hassan and his wife and see how he befools the Caliph and Princess Zubaydah to get money. So, as the introduction says that this chapter is about a man named Abu Hassan who liked to spend money in a wasteful manner, or he used to always squander the money that he had just to entertain his guests, that is his friends. But one day when there was hardly anything to cook at home, his wife gave him a poor breakfast and he got really angry. So Abu Hassan, along with his wife Nuzhat, he devises a plan to get some money from the Caliph and also Princess Zubaydah. So let us start reading the chapter now. Abu Hassan says, "What rubbish have you given me for breakfast? How do you expect me to eat this? A dog won't eat it. Can't you make anything better?" So his wife Nuzhat says, "It's the best I can do, dear. There is nothing in the house to make anything better with. These days we are having a lot of difficulty. We haven't got a penny." Abu Hassan, "It's a disgrace. Here I am, the Caliph's favorite, and we are almost starving. Shall I go and beg something again from Caliph?" So Nuzhat says, "We can't go on like this. It's terrible to starve like this. But dear, will it be wise of us to ask the Caliph for help again? The gold he gave us last time was enough to last 10 years or more. But we have spent it all. Nothing can stop you from bringing in dozens and scores of your friends and entertaining them. We've been squandering all our money." So his wife is again telling him that it is because of your habit of wastefully spending the money that today we are in a state of poverty. So Abu Hassan replies, "Squandering? We have been living happily and sharing our money with our friends. Do you call that squandering? Isn't money meant to be enjoyed and shared? I don't know a better way to use it." So Abu Hassan is in a complete denial mode. His wife says, "Well, where are your friends now? Not one of them will come along and help us in our present condition. You must stop this nonsense of sharing your money with your friends." He says, "People are like that, my dear. It's foolish of us to expect anything in return. They will crowd into our house as long as our money lasts, and when that has been spent, we won't see them again. If we entertain them to please ourselves." Then Nuzhat says, "What will you tell the Caliph?" So he says, "Listen, dear, I will pretend to be ill and you will go to the Caliph. Wait, I will tell you what. The Caliph is fond of jokes. I will pretend to be dead and you can go and meet the Princess Zubaydah and beg some money from her for the funeral. What do you say?" So Nusrat says, how can I pretend? How can I let you pretend to be dead? Pretend is to act like. Look, I will pretend to be dead instead. I am so unhappy that I really wish to be dead. He says, why? So now both of them have planned of, pretending to be dead. So then Abu Hassan says, why? That gives me an idea. Both of us might as well be dead if that will bring us more gold. I don't mind lying down first. You put on black clothes and go secretly to the princess and tell her how Abu Hassan, your beloved husband, was suddenly attacked with a high fever and died. When you return, you lie down and pretend to be dead. And I will go to the caliph and tell him how my beloved wife had a fall and suddenly passed away. Well, that's settled. Let's rehearse our parts. So, look at the wicked thinking that Abu Hassan had. So now both of them rehearse their parts, and both of them go to his wife Nusrat. She went to Princess Zubaida, and Abu Hassan, he went to the caliph to ask for money. Abu Hassan, my part of it went off very well. The caliph believed every word I said. Well, here it is, 100 pieces of gold for your funeral and a brocade to cover your lovely corpse with. So brocade is a very expensive clothes, and it has some silver work done on it. And corpse means dead body. Nusrat says, what a beautiful piece of cloth. I don't mind going to my grave under that. But look, my part came off well too. Here is another 100 pieces Princess Zubaida gave me for your funeral. She was very sorry to hear that you are dead. Abu Hassan says, don't you feel proud to have a husband like me? 200 pieces of gold and a beautiful brocade. An end to our poverty and starvation. But then Nusrat, she suddenly realizes something, and she asks her husband, Abu Hassan, but what will happen if we are found out? If we are found out means if people come to know about the truth that none of us is dead. And suddenly there is a noise of footsteps outside their house. Oh, that was what I was afraid of. It's a messenger from the caliph. I know his voice. Abu Hassan looks out of the windows. Abu makes his wife lie down and covers her with brocade. He opens the door and the messenger enters. So you can see this is the messenger who's entered Abu Hassan's house. So messenger says, excuse me, Abu Hassan, there has been a dispute at the palace, and the caliph wanted to make sure that was your wife and not you who died. And now I will go and tell the caliph what I have seen. Abu Hassan says, what do you mean you have had a dispute? Why are you so suspicious? So Abu Hassan is asking the messenger that why is that you are doubting whatever I have told you? Why would I lie about my wife's death? My dear wife is lying over here. Look, I don't mind your taking off the brocade and feeling her corpse if you want to. It's an odd time to suspect anybody. You only add to my grief. Grief means pain. Oh no, I didn't mean that at all. The caliph is certain it was your wife who died. But in the same way, the princess is certain it was you who died. The caliph has bet 1,000 pieces of gold on this, and the princess has bet 1,100 pieces. I'm sorry for the princess. She's lost her bet now. The messenger leaves. Then Nusrat says, this is terrible. We are finished now. What shall we do now? I'm frightened to death. Abu Hassan says, you've no need to worry as long as I've got my wits about me. And then Nusrat, she gets really angry and she says, it was your wits that got us into this mess. And suddenly there is a knock at the door. There's a woman who's knocking the door. And who is this woman? Now who's knocking? You stay right here. I will see. And Nusrat looks out of the window. What an awful thing. It's the princess maid. I'm sure she's come to see if you are dead. So this is princess maid who had come to see that was Abu Hassan really dead. Abu Hassan, so he's like, well, I'm dead. I don't mind your telling her so. Here, cover me with the sheet. Make sure she sees that you've been crying buckets of tears. So maid says, do you mind my coming in and having a look at your husband? Nusrat says, I suppose not. Come in, there he is. He's cold as the grave already. Maid, what a rogue that Ali is. So who is Ali? He is the messenger whom the caliph had sent. And rogue means someone who lacks principle, someone who cannot be relied upon. He told the caliph a few moments ago that it was you who died and the princess sent me to find it. I will go and tell her what I have seen. So now what is happening? The caliph has sent his messenger, the princess has sent her maid, and both of us have verified whatever story was told to them respectively. And the maid leaves. Nuzhat, it's no use relying on your wits now. You only make things worse. We'll have to own up. I'm afraid there is more trouble in store for us. We will have to own up means to accept one's mistake. Abu Hassan says, if it comes to that, we will leave the city and that will be an end to all our troubles. What is it that I hear? The sounds of trumpets and drums. And Abu, he looks out of the window. Good God, the caliph is coming himself and Princess Zubaydah with him. Nuzhat, oh, we are finished. We shall be hanged for this, both of us. So Abu Hassan says, be quiet. You get nowhere by getting excited and frightened. Go and lie down and cover yourself with a brocade and pretend to be dead. I shall do the same. Both of us will be dead. I will leave the door open and then lie down. The caliph, Princess Zubaydah, the messenger, the maid, and others entered the room. The caliph now is looking for Abu Hassan. Abu Hassan, where are you? And princess says, Nuzhat, it's me, the princess. Where are you? The caliph, look, there are 2 dead bodies here. Both of them are dead. It can't be true. It's the strangest thing I've ever heard of. Zubaydah says, me too. Poor Nuzhat. I believe her heart broke at seeing her husband dead. And then the caliph says, how can you say that when it was the wife who died first? It was poor Abu Hassan's heart that broke at seeing his wife dead. Zubaydah, what a stupid thing to say. The wife didn't die first. It was Abu who died first. You don't know what you're talking about. I tell you, your man is lying. So Princess Zubaydah is telling Caliph that Ali, your messenger, he is lying. My maid found Abu's wife tearing her hair out in grief. Abu died first. So now the Caliph and Princess Zubaydah, they are arguing with each other as to who died first. The Caliph, I don't understand it at all. I'll give 1,000 pieces of gold to anyone who can prove which one of them died first. Zubaydah says, well, I don't mind giving away 1,500 pieces of gold to the man who proves you wrong. And Abu, he suddenly jumps from his bed and he says, it was me that died first, commander of the faithful and friend of the poor. The Caliph says, may Allah save us. Are you a ghost? Look, that woman is awake too. Who's that woman? Nuzhat, Abu Hassan's wife. Abu Hassan says, we aren't ghosts, your highness, and neither of us is dead. It was our poverty and our misery that drove us to play this game. I don't mind you throwing me into prison for this, but pardon my wife. Pardon my wife means excuse my wife, or don't punish my wife. Let her go free. She is innocent. It was just a game. So Nuzhat says, no, no, your highness, I'd request you to punish me for this. Pardon my husband. He never meant any harm. The caliph says, how can I punish either of you? I'm glad that both of you are alive. Zubaydah says, so am I. Let's give Abu and his wife all the gold you and I wagered, means we had bet upon. The caliph says, yes, they shall have it. So see how clever Abu Hassan was, that he could make people believe whatever he wanted to say. I hope you all enjoyed reading this chapter. Thank you.